Okay, here's a quick video for writing a polynomial from its zeros. Now the first piece that you need to understand is that if you're given a zero that's like the square root of 3, if you know that that is a zero, then negative square root of 3 has to be a zero. Or if you're given a zero that is maybe 2 minus 3i, then 2 plus 3i has to be a zero. Okay, these are called conjugates. Okay, so if you have one conjugate, you have to have the other because they come from taking the square root of something. And if you're taking the square root, you always have the positive and negative part of that square root. So I'm just going to make one up real quick to do one of the problems. Let's say that you're given a zero of 2 minus 3i and maybe, I don't know, 4. So if they give you these as zeros, you know that 2 plus 3i also has to be a zero. So our factors would be x minus 4 from this one, and then x minus 2 minus 3i, and x minus 2 plus 3i from these two. It's always x minus whatever your zero is. And then sometimes the sign changes for this one. Okay, so I'm going to multiply these two first. So x times x, which is x squared, x times the negative 2, so negative 2x, and then x times the 3i, so positive 3ix. Then I got to go through and do negative 2 times each piece. So negative 2 times the x, negative 2x, negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4, and then negative 2 times 3i, so negative 6i. Now I have to do the negative 3 times each of these terms. So negative 3ix plus 6i, and then negative 3i times positive 3i, so I get negative 9i squared. Now some of this stuff cancels out, so we have this and this. These are opposites, they cancel out. We have a negative 6i and positive 6i, those cancel out. And then you have I squared, which equals negative 1, so this becomes plus 9. Okay, so now we're going to put this just together. So x squared, I'm done with that term. I got minus 2x, so minus 4x. Done with those two. And then 4 and 9, which gives me 13. Now I have this other factor. I need to multiply these two together. One thing you should make note of is when I multiply these two conjugates, all the imaginary terms drop out. There should not be any i's in this polynomial. Okay, so now again, x times each of these. So I'm going to get x squared, or excuse me, x cubed minus 4x squared plus 13x. And then negative 4 times each of them, so minus 4x squared plus 16x, and then minus 52. And again, collect like terms, so x cubed, put my x squareds together, so minus 8x squared, put my x terms together, so plus 29x minus 52. Okay, so this would be the polynomial that I created from these two given zeros, and then I had to remember that if I know this one, I have to have its conjugate. Now the same process goes for anything that has, a radical. When you multiply factors that have radicals in them, all the radicals should drop out. So you shouldn't have any coefficients with a square root or an I when you get to your final polynomial. All right, hope that helps.